dying, not because their diseases are incurable, but because as consumers, they do not provide a viable market for pharmaceutical products.
Medical science has made extraordinary advances to develop new medicines, new vaccines, and better tools to diagnose disease. But this progress has not been shared equally. MSF staff around the world continue to see people suffering and dying because they cannot access the life-saving medicines they desperately need.
The number of times I was told I was going to die was like 3 times. And the numbers of pills swallowed were like 20,000 to 30,000 tablets.
Tuberculosis is the deadliest infectious disease in the world. Phumeza was diagnosed in 2010 with its most severe form, called XDR-TB. Her treatment included a daily injection with toxic side effects that made her go deaf.
When I first met Phumeza, it was in a really tiny clinic in Kailicha. I remember feeling really shocked by the fact that she was deaf, and I just kept saying to her, I was like, so you can't hear anything, like nothing, and you were okay before? At the time, there were lots of people dying of XDR-TB. I mean, as soon as you got a diagnosis of XDR-TB, your chance of survival was less than 10%. So I felt quite hopeless.
At the time, no new TB drugs had been developed for around 50 years. Pharmaceutical corporations saw little profit in developing medicines for diseases that hit poor people the hardest.
If you get all drugs that make you deaf, blind, or disabled for life. I didn't understand what was that all about. Why are the scientists not making the drugs? It didn't make sense to me.
We got to a point with Phumeza where we thought the current treatment isn't working. We need something else. There was a drug called linezolid, which potentially would help Phumeza, and so we tried our hardest to get hold of it. In order to obtain linezolid, you had to buy it privately through Pfizer. It was about 760 Rand per tablet at that time. That involved quite a cost for MSF.
This is not fair. It's a TB drug. It works. Fix the patent law so that the drugs can be available to everyone who needs it.
It took years of legal battles and street protests to get hold of the drug. Finally, the case was settled out of court. MSF was allowed to bring in generic linezolid from India for people with tuberculosis we were treating in Kailicha. In 2013, 3 years after her diagnosis, Phumeza was cured thanks to treatment with linezolid.
This was the moment that I decided I want to get involved, to get everyone fair chance at life, to get everyone access to medication that is life-saving. I took it upon me to help other people who didn't have the stage I was given.
2 years later, a crowdfunding campaign paid for Phumeza's cochlear implant surgery to reverse the deafness the previous toxic treatments had caused.
Phumeza, I want you to have a chance to hear what your mum says.
With this implant, she was able to hear her mother's voice for the first time in 4 years. Phumeza's activism continues today in her local community in Kailicha and at national and international levels.
My name is Phumeza Chisili. I was diagnosed with normal TB in 2010, while all along I had XDR-TB. I ask you to act now. I ask you for change. My life changed. Now I can talk on behalf of other people who don't have a voice. I speak for them, and I think I'm very proud of that.
Ingo Phumeza.